Today I'm shooting this Mustang. Check it out. It has a pretty sick wrap on it. So I'm gonna give you top 3 tips to shooting better automotive photography. Let's get started. All right, so tip number 1, you're gonna wanna get yourself a CPL filter. And what that stands for is circular polarizer lens. And what that does is it cuts out all the reflection out of the windows. So if you look at the car right now, you're probably gonna see a bunch of reflections in the window area. Not so much the wrap, because this wrap is a matte finish, so you can't really see reflections in it like a gloss. But if this car was gloss and you didn't have this on there, you'd see so many reflections, it's crazy. So make sure you pick up a CPL filter. All right, tip number 2, much like your girl, she's probably tired of getting it from the exact same angle every single time. So you gotta switch it up. Let's go ahead and walk over here. It's a pro tip, by the way, if you're doing the same angle every time, to switch it up, okay? So here we are at a different angle. It's gonna be something different. It's gonna appease your eyes better. So you're gonna go ahead and take the photo. There you go. That one is an automotive tip in a relationship. And a relationship tip. You're welcome. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, and tip number 3, please make sure the car is centered to your photos or whatever you crop it as. Nobody wants to see the photo with the car way on the bottom of the photo or way at the top of the photo or fucking sideways and stuff. Nobody wants to see that. So please center your freaking subject in the photo. In this case, it's a car. So we would put the car in the center of the photo. It makes no sense being in the top left corner of your photo or on the top right of your photo. It belongs in the center where the main subject is. So please put it in the center of the photo. All right, now starting with number 1 for the don'ts of automotive photography. Don't shoot your car with a trash background. Take the time to find a nice place and shoot it with a nice background. I could do a whole nother video on how to find good backgrounds in your city. It's actually not as hard as you think it is. So if that's something you're interested in, put it in the comments down below. Actually, regardless, I'm gonna do a video on that. So go ahead and comment if you wanna see that or not. I'm gonna do a video on that. So that is number 1. On to number 2. Tip number 2. Yeah, don't not wash your car. We can see when it is dirty, so make sure it is clean in your photos, because there are so many photos out there on the internet where the car is dirty and you can see it. So if you come over here, make sure you wash all the nooks and crannies of your car. Just like you wash all the nooks and crannies of your body, make sure you wash the nooks and crannies of your car. This is equivalent to in between your butt cheeks. So make sure you wash right there, because ain't nobody wants to see some dirty stuff right there, especially when you're taking photos. That stuff's gonna be on the internet. So make sure you get all up in them cracks. All right, and tip number 3, don't shoot it in the exact same spot every single time. Move the car around, switch it around, turn it around, flip it around, put it upside down. Just do what you gotta do so it doesn't look like the exact same photo at the exact same angle with the exact same position every single time. Switch it up, get creative. Okay, those are my top 3 do's. Those are my top 3 don'ts and do's when it comes to automotive photography. So now let's go ahead and jump on Lightroom, and I'm gonna show you my top 3 don'ts and do's when it comes to editing the photos. Let's go! All right, so now that we're back inside, I can go ahead and tell you about the 3 don'ts and do's when it comes to editing. Don't number 1, don't buy presets and think they're gonna work for every single photo. Yes, you're gonna build presets, you can make presets, and they're just gonna work for a lot of your photos, but don't force it to work. You know, when you take your preset that you bought or that you made and you throw it on a photo and it looks weird and you think it's okay, it's all good, don't. Take the time to actually learn what you're doing. Don't just slap a preset across the table and think it's gonna work, because it doesn't always work out that well. I don't care who it is, one preset does not work for every single photo. Every person has different settings, every person has different lighting, every person has different situations, different cameras, lenses, color profiles, editing software, programs, computers, screens. It's endless. Everything is different. One preset does not work with every single photo. If you have a preset and it works for every single photo and it's a good, great preset, you don't need to do anything, you just slap it, go, please comment down below, because I'd love to see that. Don't number 2, don't take that clarity and that texture slider and blast it all the way to the right. It looks like some crazy weird HDR photo. We can all see it looks weird. Don't do it. It doesn't look natural. It just looks odd. And the second one, also has to do with, sorry, this third one also has to do with sliders. Don't grab that saturation and that vibrant slider and drag it all the way to the right when you're editing your colors. It looks weird. You're gonna blow every single color out on your photo, and it just looks like Skittles threw up all over your photo. It looks weird, it looks off. Don't do it. All right, now that we got the don'ts out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into something a little more positive and jump into the do's. Do learn how to adjust those presets that you buy or that you make yourself to tailor to fit each photo. Go ahead and learn how to adjust probably gonna have to learn how to adjust the exposure, the highlights, the contrast on those, as well as the sliders. Not too much if you're a beginner, so go ahead and learn those key basics. I will be doing future videos on those so you can learn how to do those as well. Do number 2, this isn't necessarily a must, but it is a huge help for me. I would suggest if you are editing in Lightroom, get the Pro or whatever the paid version is. That way you get the cloud services and you also get the masking features. Masking features are great because then you can add a gradient filter to your camera, gradient filter to your photo. You can add the radial, you can do all kinds of things. You can edit subjects, you can edit the background, you can edit the skies, especially with the AI technology nowadays. It is insane, so go ahead and do that. And tip number 3, this is by far the best tip. I promise you, this is the best tip. So if you didn't listen to anything else in the video, you're watching this in the background or whatever, pay attention now. Edit more photos. I understand it sounds stupid and cliche, whatever it may be, but I promise you, the more photos that you edit and the more time you put into your craft, the better you're gonna become. Just like anything in life, the more time and effort you put into it, the better you become. Anybody that is good in anything that they do has put hours upon hours into their craft, mastering, studying, learning, everything there is about that. So if you want to be great at photos and editing, spend the time doing it. Take the photo, go home and edit it right away or the next day. Don't just sit on it because you're gonna get less excited about it. Edit the photos. I promise you, the more you edit, the better you will become. So do that. And with that being said, those are my 3 don'ts when it comes to automotive photography. If you found this video helpful or if you enjoyed the video, please comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. If you want me to elaborate on anything else, go ahead and ask that down below. I'll help you out there too. So I'm gonna say that thing that all the YouTubers say: smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button and the subscribe button, and put a comment down below. Help your boy out, help the algorithm out.